Welcome to part 7. Today is about audience building. And there have been some people over the last 10 years who were one of my first clients who I still see all the time, some that I still coach, some that have led to all kinds of other things. And it's been really lovely to watch people's lives transform and evolve, and for them to open things or close things or say yes or say no, and to really be that person who is always cheering them on behind the scenes, whether or not we're working together at that time. I've made some amazing friends through this. The second thing is when I've interviewed people for podcasts or I've worked with people and done workshops and things like that, I always feel like I've done the equivalent of a long haul flight with somebody. And so you can get to a really lovely, engaged, deep place very quickly. And that has been amazing over the years. But let's talk about the technicalities, I guess. And the reason I wanted to start with the relationships is because that is what is important to me. I would rather have results and quality and engagement and people feeling good rather than just building a newsletter that is, I guess, those sort of when people go from an ego place of like, yeah, I've just got 100,000 people on my list, but it's not converting, or they're not doing what they want to be doing, or it's not personal. I think that's the thing as well. And so if I look at my own journey, I've realized that I've got better at this stuff. You'll be pleased to know after nearly 10 years. So at the beginning, my business felt very, very random. And my clients came from recommendations or friends from friends, or I would go and do a free workshop in a pub and then in my local area, and then people would sign up from there. And it was very sporadic. And that was fine because I was bringing in money and all of that, but it wasn't effortless. It wasn't full of flow and ease and all of those things. And as I've got older and as I've gone through this journey much more, those are the things that I am requiring, that I am seeking. And to make less decisions in my business about the everyday stuff. And so over the years, I've really thought about how I can welcome people in, how I can build a relationship with somebody, how I can show people what I can do, how I can really create impact, give people what they need when they need it, excuse me, and be able to support people and meet them where they are at. So over the years, I've grown my newsletter list. I've grown my social media list. Now, neither of them are big, enormous, flashy numbers of millions of people, but they are engaged. There is a relationship there. I can send an email out and get a lot of responses in reply of like, oh, right, I'm going to do this, or thanks for the video today, or this always comes up for me. Oh, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And likewise, if somebody's been on my newsletter list for a long time and then we work together, they will often have that feeling, I feel like we know each other. And so what I want to leave you with today is, what are the activities that you are doing on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis where people can essentially get to know you better, and in return, you get to know them better. How can you create things that cause a conversation, or they cause some help or support, and there's a sense of ease and flow between them? So for example, these funnels that people create that they spend so much time in, and they're looking at open rates, or they're looking just at the stats, which I think is really important because you don't want to send something out again and again and nobody opens it or nobody accesses it. But also it's about people. And I think there are so many people that are out there showing like, oh, I've made this amount of money and writing it on a whiteboard or sticking a post-it note on there. And I know I've been part of courses like that myself, and I thought that I was going to have a really personal touch in this situation, and it just wasn't the case. Likewise, there have been others that have completely knocked my own socks off, but I think it's about really tuning in with how you want to operate and show up as a business owner and making decisions from that point. But ultimately, I know that you don't need 1 million people on your newsletter list or on social media list to have a profitable business. However, the more people that know about you, the more likely is that you're going to have inquiries. If the pool is bigger, then you can be in conversations with lots of different people. Also, those people that then say, I love your content, or I'm looking at booking or things like that, you don't ever want to feel that you're going, okay, so great, are you going to book then? Are we doing this? What's happening? And putting that pressure. You want more people to play with, because again, if you think about this funnel, there are going to be some people that after 2 emails, they go, this is just not for me, or she talks about kids too much, like that's just not where I'm up to, or whatever it might be. So that's a to-do for you today, to really think about what you need to do in terms of building relationships with people. What do you need to do? And not only in terms of freebies and things like that, I actually have a video, which I'll link down below, all about which freebie that you should create, and a kind of checklist throughout that, which might be really useful. But secondly, think about how you show up in daily life. How do you respond to DMs? How do you respond in emails? What is the vibe that you are giving off? Because I know sometimes we want to get busy and we want to just like clear our inbox and that be done with. But how you do something is how you do everything. And this is about building long-term relationships. This is something that I've really recognized. So I don't want to be fixated on the outcome right now, here in this moment. It's about the continuation of the work. If you want to find out more about how we can work together, do go to my Work With Me page. It is there, it is available for you right now, and we can book a declare and share session where we just jump on the call. Basically, you can tell me what you want, I can advise and give you some options, and then we can come up with a plan, and then we can do the thing. All right, that's it for today. Sending you lots of love. Also, check out that other video down below. I will link it there. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Bye.